Well, it is a nervous time, but these are positive nerves. The prospects are so great, the potential, be it financial or reputational, is huge because success in this competition brings so much. And the supporters are here to take it in for themselves and to drive the team on. Truly, this is crunch time. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already. Fabio Cannavaro, Jim. Some people credit him with making defending fashionable again.
I didn't know it had gone out of fashion, Peter, but yeah, his exploits certainly led to the guys at the back getting a bit more credit.
Yeah, and I'm sure for you that's a very welcome development.
And long overdue.
And De Bruyne! Now, who's going to be first to this? The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. He's gone down, but the referee just tells him to get back up again. Nice-looking ball. Shapes to shoot! Oh, he's won it! The goal to end it all! What a delicious finish. That is immaculate.
Well, I think he knew all he had to do was get it under control, and it was always going to end up in the back of the net thereafter.
And there you have it. Well, here comes a crunch game. So much depends on this. Expectation and nerve. It is indeed a heady mix. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. And that gets things running. Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
Trent Alexander-Arnold is a key component, particularly in teams that play on the counter. Okay, you have the pace and the overlapping, but add to that his excellent work ethic, deliveries and his willingness to get back and cover. All qualities I really like. And then there's a whole array of flair.
No argument from me on that front. It's easy to see how his presence alone affects both sides. Now it's Romario. Gets a good foot in there. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Yamal. Now it's Cruyff. Now it's Romario. Not the most accurate pass. So much time and space here. Van Dijk did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Chance! Hits off target and by quite a way.
I just wonder what was on his mind there. Should have put his foot right through it.
And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Messi will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
And it's Davids. Pele. Oh, he's done very well. Takes a shot! Oh, he's won it! The most decisive of all goals! Not so much sophistication as doggedness and sheer bloody-mindedness.
Well, I admire players who do that because they just don't give up on anything.
Hello everybody, and please join me in wishing
And there you have it!
for one of our fan club members.
Did anyone see this coming? Really?
Now, that was some game. How many times did we see...
So what a sight this is. Another edition of this proud competition, just seemingly bigger and better still. Faces, of course, have come and gone, but some things never change. Those first day feelings, new hopes, new expectations, and the belief that maybe, just maybe, this time it will be your turn. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. Things have got underway here pretty promptly.
Now there's a player with a silky pass and a steely tackle.
Xabi Alonso.
Yeah, a midfielder renowned for his tremendous array of passes while offering his defence a solid shielding press.
There's the shot! A real chance and a real let-off.
Well, it didn't quite come off this time, Peter, but that's a warning to the opposition. This team know how to counter and they'll be looking to do it every chance they get.
Morientes. And he's managed to get free.
Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
Now it's Messi. Now it's Cruyff. Camavinga calmly anticipates. Dealt with nicely by the defence. Knocks it into space. It looks a good ball through. And it's safely in the keeper's hands. So what can they make of this? No goals as yet. And no, that was never going to make it. Nicely shaped ball. Oh, here's a man adored by many, even deified by some. And it's Carvajal. Played out to the right. Tries to pass it through. Oh, well played, well played. Carvajal. Cruyff. Looking for the run. Now it's Messi. Oh, a robust challenge. And we have our very first corner. And it's been taken short. And this is Iniesta. Lovely pass, but can he get there? He'll have the chance to go the other way. Rodrigo is onto this. Oh, he's managed to get himself offside. Morientes. And he plays one through. Can he finish? Dispatched clinically. Simplicity itself.
Yeah, keeping calm and taking a touch like that when it's all going on around you isn't always that easy, but he made it look like a doddle. Finishing it off was quite simple after that.
Madrid penetrate first. It is a truly precious lead.
So far, so good, Peter, but they need to start thinking of the next one now. Take this momentum and force the issue even more.
That's an imaginative pass. Well read, nice interception. And the half-time whistle goes. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs.
On the evidence of what we've seen, they're worth their lead. There was genuine intensity and purpose behind what they brought to the game. I think they'll want a strong start just after the break, though, to force the issue that bit more.
Madrid have made the crucial breakthrough and they're looking pretty satisfied at the break. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here. A solitary goal, that has been the crucial difference. Morientes, and the through ball. And this is Messi. Messi! Oh, full marks for that effort.
He actually looks pretty annoyed with himself there. He's usually better than that.
Carvajal picks it up from the goal kick. And it's Carvajal. Messi. Oh, what a mistake! Oh, good ball! Oh, good spread. Shapes to shoot! And that is wildly off target.
It wasn't the best strike, to be honest, Peter. The pass might have been a better option there.
Tchouaméni. Great vision. Hazard. Lewandowski. Expertly cut out, really nicely done.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
Iniesta gets into a good position. Now it's Roberto Carlos. And it's played in here. There's the header! Smashing delivery, just didn't do enough with it.
Yeah, it's very well timed. A delivery like that with the right amount of pace and whip can be a nightmare to defend against.
Cruyff. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Lewandowski, he's got away. Chance for a shot! No mistake! There seemed no way back, but they are level. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing. Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
Who saw this coming? So close to victory, and it has got away. Tchouaméni does really well there. He is strong. Delivers the ball.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And it's made its way. Real chance! Fair attempt, just the wrong outcome.
Yeah, he may have snatched at that a bit, even though it was quite close.
Substitution on the field. Number 8, Gulen. Number
Lyon
11,
are making a change now.
Rodrigo. Number 79, Robert Lewandowski.
Iniesta.
Eduardo
Stood up well to him there.
Number 15,
Spread out to the left.
Federico Valverde.
Fourth official showing that there will be 3 minutes of added time. Cannavaro spots it and intercepts. Cruyff.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
The 90 minutes are up, 30 more to come.
Well, we can only hope we get an extra time contest of similar ambition, provided fatigue doesn't begin to play a part.
So a brief breather and then extra time.
Please keep your eyes on your children during the match at all times. Substitution on the field. Number 43, Hazard. Coming on the field is number 7.
Stern test this for the endurance, for the character of the players as we head into extra time. And he's surging through. Ter Stegen breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball. And it's Neymar. Can he get it through? And he thumps it clear. Vinicius Junior. Rudiger. And here's the chance to counter. Yamal. Morientes. Howson gets across to intercept that. Morientes. Nicely spread. Hill needed that. They really needed it.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
Hendrick. And the volley. Great effort, but the end of the first period of extra time.
Please join me in wishing a
Well, it has been a punishing game, both physically and mentally. But does either team have what it takes to find a winner? And so the last chance to find a winner. They have played themselves to a near standstill. What is left in the tank now? Neymar. Roberto Carlos could try cutting inside here. Bellingham. Now it's Mbappe. He has found a way through. Hendrick had a really good go at breaking through, but ultimately he was just about kept out.
It's admirable, but ultimately he didn't know when to look for support.
Carvajal picks it up out wide. Oh, what a climb! Oh, not this time, but a lot of applause for the thought.
Yeah, that was really sharp. That kind of delivery can play havoc with defences.
And he's been shifted off it. Good ball, good take. Takes a shot! Oh, that's incredible! Late in the day, this could well be it! That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
Yeah, that's what the game is all about. Excitement and entertainment. What a lovely moment.
number 21.
Added time is up, and there goes the whistle.
The quick
Madrid have done it. The perfect outcome in this most pressured of games. Your reflections then? So it is that time again. Every team looks to write its own special script. Moments like this are to be savoured. Hopes are high. A good start. That is what they all want. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. Well, we're on the way. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Well, Peter, Aurelien Tchouameni is someone I see as being a real tour de force in that midfield. He's a tireless worker. I've heard so many people say he's just a nightmare to try and get away from. A real destroyer whose abilities on the counter-press are very potent.
He would be the obvious choice, wouldn't he? He certainly has all the right qualities. Cruyff. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Now it's Messi. Oh, perfectly measured that. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Iniesta. That's very neat. Oh, he's put a shade too much on that. Yamal, a player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory. Messi. No goals as yet. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Oh, he's hit the bar! Bayer claims comfortably. Goulet. Messi. He won't be happy with that one. Cruyff. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. Tchouameni. That's a little off target. And it's Iniesta. And he skips past his man. And he's managed to get rid. Tchouameni. Cruyff will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Rashford. Still waiting for the game's first breakthrough goal. Madrid do have a chance to counter here. And they've got rid. Davids. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Iniesta. Roberto Carlos. Oh, he's found support out wide. Cruyff has it in a wide position. Well, the counter-attack will come to nothing because that is an errant touch.
Oh, what a dampener that was, just when we were hoping he'd turn up the heat.
And that'll be the last act of the first half. So we go in at half-time with both defences still yet to be breached. They rather cancelled each other out in the first period. Let us see what the second half brings. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Solid, very solid, actually, Peter. They haven't made much of an impression at the other end, but defensively, I think they've got an awful lot right, completely nullifying their opponents. Now they just need to focus on getting a little more creative.
So, no breakthrough from either side, 0-0 after 45 minutes of action.
Substitution on the field. Number 15, Messi. Number 22.
Here we go again then.
Number 10.
Well, I can imagine both managers have been in the ears of the players. They want more. Let's hope the game comes to life sooner rather than later.
Daniel Carvajal. Number 11,
Big header! Goal!
Boom! There we go. And it couldn't be much better. He was born for the glory he's just managed. The apple on top of the tree.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's...
Has a shot! It's bounced back off the post.
Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
Now it's Rashford. It's Rashford! Oh, just lacked a decent finish.
I thought it was a really good break. No shortage of pace nor intensity. Exactly what's required when on the counter-attack.
Out to the left it goes. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out. Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
There is an irresistible... He's been taken down, and the referee has pointed at the spot. And that is a huge moment in the context of the game. Madrid on the spot for parity. That is quite remarkable.
Oh, Peter, I'm not a great reader of body language, but I didn't like the way he walked up to that.
Oh, he's going to be pulled back for that one. Well, he can't say now that he hasn't been warned.
Well, he knew what he was taking on there, Peter, and special delivery from the ref.
Madrid are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape. Certainly...
It's a mighty effort! And he hits the net! And this is getting better and better. What a header! Flashed in with the crispest of contacts.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
Substitution.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while. Things starting to look very comfortable.
Yeah, and you have to say that the contrast of moods are very visible now. They really fancy themselves to go and wrap things up.
Carvajal. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. It's a pretty loose pass. Carvajal is offering some sort of an apology there.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Piqué kept his eye on it, and he's there. Eder Militao with the clearance. No, again, there's no way through. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Isco! And that's a real chance missed.
Well, it wasn't to be this time, but that should add to his level of confidence, something they can really do with at the moment.
Madrid with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Dealt with nicely by the defence. And now they can spring out of defence. He's got away. Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge. And he has shown him a yellow card. Chouameni. And it's Davids.
There will be 5 minutes.
Knocks it out
added
wide.
time.
And he's managed to get free. Hangs in, gets his head on it! Oh, nearly. but nearly is nothing.
Yeah, he may have snatched at that a bit, even though it was quite close.
Just seeing the board now, it's going to be 5 extra minutes. That's been cut out, well played. And that's really well manoeuvred. And that's that. They needed to win, and they have won. It is a triumph. Your final thoughts, Jim?
Well, it's pretty clear that there was a solid game plan in place for what was a very high-pressure game.
Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury, and it's my chance to say that it is an absolute delight to have Jim Beglin beside me.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Drury, and hello to everyone.
Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. The action has already started.
The midfield three, Peter, I think are going to be key in this lineup because it's a very expansive system.
Yeah, it certainly looks a very front-footed approach.
It is, and with the front three, especially the wide men, running at and beyond the defence, there's going to be an awful lot asked of the midfield. They have to supply those balls the attack can run onto. While at the
Goes for goal! Oh, that was wicked, a truly wicked effort.
He actually looks pretty annoyed with himself there. He's usually better than that.
And here's Eto. Aimed beyond the defence. Corner then. Manchester United with the corner, there first. They've played it short. Rijkaard is onto this. And now they can spring out of defence. Albert Ferrer gets across to intercept that. Lobbed in behind. Thiago. And here's Eto'o. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Yeah, Thiago Alcantara. He's someone who can really control a game from midfield. He's got a sensational range of passing. He's got wonderful vision too. He's no doubt been tasked with creating opportunities for the front players, and he's certainly got all the skills needed to do just that. They'll be expecting a good supply.
I'm thinking the same. He will be a central feature, no doubt. Corner number 2 then. And it's hoisted clear. He's going for goal! AC Milan could counter here. Oh, that looks a cracking ball. Belletti. So a third of the match or thereabouts gone, and we still await the first goal. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him. Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Pele. Thiago. And it's Messi. And this is Pele. Pele with the cross. He rises! Goal! Milan! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
So we have the first goal.
Yeah, it's rare that one is enough though, Peter. I get the feeling they'll be wanting another as soon as possible.
Manchester United trying to orchestrate a breakaway here by the looks of it.
Well, I would say that this is probably the easiest way to...
Oh, what? And the shot! He scored! A game of thrills, all square in the blinking of an eye!
Yeah, since going a goal down, they've dug in to produce a really fine spell, which for me deserved that equaliser.
A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Oh, that was beautifully done. They were ready to pounce and they were clinical when the opportunity presented itself.
Manchester United grab the equaliser and we're all square.
You've got to commend that, Peter. It's the perfect response to falling behind. Don't let your heads drop. Just get back up the pitch and let...
Bullish header! Oh, the ball's... Oh, he's been caught napping! For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Alarm is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack. And that's really well manoeuvred. Chance here to counter. And the pass is intercepted. Cruyff is sporting a guilty look after that.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Eto'o. Manchester United disappointing in the end there. They lack urgency. And he's lost his man here. Cruyff. And it's Messi. Now it's Pele. And there's the shot! Oh, he's really drilled it. Thiago. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. Takes a shot! Ambitious, but just off target.
Well, that was certainly bold, Peter. He's never short on confidence.
Belletti. And here's Cruyff. Messi. Oh, well played. Rijkaard is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. And this is Eto'o. Eto'o
2 added minutes has been indicated.
has a look up and drives it forward. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Romario. Thiago. Cruyff. He's found some space. And the first 45 minutes are up. Nothing to separate the two teams at half-time. They've both given it a really good go, and they head into the break all square.
Hello everybody, and this
So there was the first half.
Well, for us neutrals, this is fantastic. If you're a fan from either side, it's unpleasant. And as for the managers, check your heart rate.
That's a really interesting game, and they head in at half-time at 1-1.
Substitutions taking place.
Milan get the second half started. Now that's well seen too. Ronaldinho quietly revving up. And it's Lam. Couldn't squeeze it through. Milan come out this half somewhat altered.
Well, I think this is probably a good time, Peter, to make ambitious change.
Now, can they get him away? Del Piero could try cutting inside here. And Del Piero! And he looked... Oh, terrible mistake. Zico! Lam. That's Cannavaro. Eto'o. Del Piero. Nicely aimed pass. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Ah, he made it look a bit predictable.
Now it's Del Piero. He has found a way through.
That was lovely, that.
Del Piero. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Manchester United appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
Real chance! Goal! Manchester United! And the comeback is complete! The angle was unkind, but he has hit the spot.
Peter, you have to have a certain imagination to produce the incredible, and that was incredible.
Manchester United take the lead.
Well, they've done the hard part now, Peter. Can they cling on, or even better, can they get another?
That's a... Oh, shooting chance! Oh, that was no routine save.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Del Piero has it in a wide position.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter.
And Del Piero! Alessandro Del Piero! Another ice-cool goal! sumptuous finish, an absolute joy. And once more, we are all square. You score, we score.
Well, if ever you want to see a lesson in responding to a deficit, that's it. Their heads didn't drop, and now their chins are up.
That is a diamond of a goal. The planning immaculate, the execution brilliant.
That was magnificent. The way he caught it so perfectly, I think he's even managed to surprise himself, Peter.
This is quite a battle.
Such a big goal, Peter. Just when the opposition thought they could turn the screw, they're back to square one again. The manager will be absolutely delighted with such a response.
Davids. Now it's Zico. Zico! It's hit the upright. Well, he should have done better, and he knows it.
Very speculative with little threat, if any, for the keeper.
And that's a throw-in.
Substitution for Manchester United. Number 14, Thiago. Number 18, Karl-Heinz Rummenigge. Number 15,
And it's Del Piero.
Ronaldinho.
Bumps him off it and wins back the ball.
Number 22,
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Danielson. Substitution in progress.
Baggio gets into a good position. That's a throw. Deep cross. Olise. And it's Eto'o. And here's Cruyff. Still anyone's game this. One moment can decide it.
Listen, the fans haven't given up on this by any means.
Oh, he's been caught on it here. Rijkaard. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Lam. Oh, that pass isn't the best. O'Shea is a perfect combination of brain and brawn.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders.
Well, they've got to get everyone forward, and maybe even the keeper.
And it's been taken short. And here's Zico. Manchester United are looking to go forward now. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Now it's Cantona. Now it's Del Piero. Danielson. And it's Rijkaard. Eto'o tries to play it through. Fourth official showing that there will be 3 minutes of added time. Looking for options for movement. He might be in here. Plenty to aim at. He's having a shot! He's done very well to get to that.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure. It's make or break time now, and they're all headed for the penalty box.
Oh, what a climb! Oh, crossbar! The 90 minutes are up, 30 more to come.
Well, there was very little between the sides all the way through, so extra time is the correct next step.
We are glad to inform you that
So to clarify, extra time will follow.
located by the gates. I'm sure they will make fine souvenirs. Substitution for Manchester United. Number 9, Johan Cruyff.
Stern test this for the endurance, for the character of the players as we head into extra time. So much time. It's Basho! Oh, it's in! And that may just do it! Perfect placement, the one place the keeper couldn't reach.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
Manchester United go into the lead. And here's Del Piero. Oh, we expected better, and so did he. Look at the space here. Chance for a shot! They've done it! And the lead lost no time at all.
Yeah, and analysis of the goal should take a back seat to the importance of a committed reaction. This is wonderful to watch.
Speed of thought, efficiency of movement, and certainty of outcome.
Well, that's
Mohamed Salah! In he goes again. Yes, he's done it! And that has raised the roof! And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Yeah, his instinct told him that the keeper would struggle to cope with that, so top marks for him following up. I think it's really sharp play, it was well read, and he was a little quicker than everybody else.
Manchester United get themselves into the lead. And it's Beckham. Now it's Zico. He's having a go! Should have equalised.
Well, it's certainly encouraging, Peter. At least they're going about things the right way after falling behind.
Back into the middle. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Well, everything up to the final pass.
Decent chance! He has done it! Two ahead, late in the day, game over surely. Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
Just the sort of forward pass he's been looking for. Very telling.
So the lead now is 2.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Well, that's down.
Goes for a shot! And no, he couldn't find the finish.
Oh, that miss could really prove costly. They don't want to be missing too many of those.
Corner number 4 coming up here. Keeper's dealt with that. Half-time, extra time.
I'm afraid to tell you that...
Well, it has been a punishing game, both physically and mentally. But does either team have what it takes to find a winner? Is there to be drama in these final 15 minutes? This really has been thrilling. Both sides going at it, and now for the final act. Beckham. Del Piero. Beckham. Now it's Zico. Zico going face-to-face with his great rival. Now it's Cantona. Takes a shot!
Milan can certainly take credit for the way they've gone about their business here. This scoreline is inaccurately reflective.
Played out towards the right wing. Nesta proves too strong, too smart. Del Piero. Cantona. In with the challenge. Denilson. And here's Eto. Olise. Cannavaro does well to get it back. Del Piero. Olise. Belletti. Ball driven towards the far post. Milan have it back and can go again. And here's Olise.
Olise really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball.
And the referee brings it to a close. Milan can look back at this result with regret. A front foot start, but they were ultimately made to pay for their inability to kill it off. Your final thoughts,
Please
Jim?
turn your
So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. This is Peter Drury, and next to me providing insights will be Jim Beglin.
Hi Peter, always good to work with you. I'm really looking forward to this now.
The San Siro for nigh on a century, Milan's power base, the ultimate status symbol of their glorious history. So that's got things underway. Claude Makelele, a player whose name entered the very language of the game, Jim.
Yeah, but his arrival in English football, Peter, I felt was key in taking the title from the previous season's Invincibles. And his first goal in English football was scored on what was the homecoming of the new champions, was it not?
Yeah, stoppage time penalty. He missed it actually, but he did score on the rebound.
Yeah, that's right. Not glamorous, nor spectacular, but no less crucial. It pretty much describes him as a player.
And here's Zico. Zico going face-to-face with his great rival. And it's Inzaghi. Now it's Rashford. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Pass somewhat off target. Looking for options for movement. And this is Zico. He's found a way through. Zico delivers. Not pretty, but it gets the job done.
Well, neither defence has had a wake-up call yet, because neither attack has turned up.
Cannavaro kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Pele. Might be danger here. Chance, surely! Goal! Milan! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
Milan have broken through. It's 1-0.
Yeah, but I think they all know too well that things are far from done here. And
there's the shot! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Rashford really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
And we have our very first corner. And now they can spring out of defence. Looking for a runner. And here's Rashford. Now it's Mbappe. Oh, this looks sharp. And here's Rashford.
Rashford really was well marshalled there, because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Good ball, good take. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Now, can they get him away? Well, the boss won't be happy about that at all. They were pedestrian in possession and carried almost no threat at all. He steps in, and that's the end of that. And there's the end of the first half. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead, and that gives them something to build on after the break. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Haven't played that badly. Getting caught again on the counter-attack is unlikely. They're switched on to that, and still very much in this game.
Milan are in a pretty decent position after 45 minutes. 1-0 to the good. There's the start of the second half.
Milan definitely want to carry on in a similar manner, although I would exercise some caution, Peter. You wouldn't want to leave yourself open in the early minutes trying to kill this off.
And here's Cantona. That's a lovely, neat pass. Now it's Inzaghi. That is good alertness. Mbappe takes a shot! It's a goal! They have done it! They have their equaliser!
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another.
Just so calm under pressure. Oh, he's been caught on it here! It's Inzaghi! Marvellous goal!
Well, whenever he reminds us of his wondrous skill set, it's usually something very memorable or even unforgettable. We'll certainly remember that one.
It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
Chelsea get themselves into the lead.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way.
Zico is always playing with one eye on the spectacular. Milan do have a chance to counter here. Makaleli. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Oh, good-looking ball. Chelsea have got it back and they'll have another go. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Pele. Cantona. Messi will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent.
Milan really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
Mbappe! And that would have been game, set and match.
Mbappe really thought he'd scored to settle this contest, and he's struggling to believe being denied.
Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Chips it through, picked out. Oh, shooting chance! Brilliant from Cantona! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! Once more they've done it! They just will not lie down!
Yeah, and it's very much deserved in the circumstances. In these games, it's so tempting to maybe get a little sorry for yourselves, but there's none of that.
And there's the shot! Another save. Thuram. Rijkaard. Thuram. Beckenbauer. Nicely weighted ball.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
There will be 3 minutes added time.
Can he finish? A collective sigh of relief from the defence.
Well, talking about creating a problem for yourself, okay, credit the good pressing, but that was entirely avoidable.
All hands on deck for this one. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. And the number on the board is 3. And he's intervened well there. Aimed beyond the defence. That's that, the end. So it does end all square. Inspiration, perspiration, both on show in equal measure. Just not enough on either side to find a... Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury and this is Jim Beglin. A delight to have him on board.
Glad to be here, Peter, and I'm ready to rumble.
Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. We have already started here. It's Zico! Zico! The man is a genius of his generation.
Well, this is already looking rather ominous for the opposition. When a player of his calibre can open up the scoring with a brilliantly classy finish, it could be a very long match for that defence to prevent it happening again.
Beautiful, just beautiful. The joy of the moment.
Oh, how does he get the ball to do that? He's on another level to most of his peers.
Argentina finding themselves unexpectedly behind. Oh, that's well spotted. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Goes for goal! And he was there to get a vital touch.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
So just the one early goal to report so far. 1-0 the score. Messi. And that's really well manoeuvred. And it's Davids. Mateus conjures time and space where few can. Best. Good driving run.
He looked rushed. He should have waited for some movement. Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
Great chance! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Can he finish? Tries to pass it through. He's in space and looking for options. Fired deep towards the back post. Loose ball now and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Opts to play it back. Argentina look happy to sit back for the moment here.
Yeah, everything they're doing screams counter-attack, but it's a long counter-attack. When they win it back, they're not wasting any time. They're just trying to get the runners away as quickly as possible. If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Messi. Now, can they get him away? He won't be happy with that one. And it's Zico. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Just 5 minutes left until the break. Best. Shot could be on. Shot, surely! And that was probably asking just too much.
Oh, he's usually such a good finisher.
And it's Messi. And here's Del Piero! Against the crossbar. Cannavaro gets it away. Zico. Oh, that's fabulous. Fires it in low. And the keeper gets his hands on it. And we've reached half-time. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here.
Yeah, I like the fact that there was a genuine flow to this game as well as intent, but I can't help feeling that their efforts deserved that little bit more.
Milan have played well here and they have the all-important lead. It's 1-0. And we are already promptly back underway.
Milan definitely want to carry on in a similar manner, although I would exercise some caution, Peter. You wouldn't want to leave yourself open in the early minutes trying to kill this off.
Ambitious ball here. Oh, the chip pass hasn't quite come off. And they're not going to make any further progress now. Del Piero. Team still separated by the game's only goal. Looking for the run. He's found a way past. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball.
It's the sort of situation they'll want to capitalise on now.
Lovely ball and a real chance now.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
This is a really front-footed approach.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
Has a look and plays it forward. Great vision. Oh, played through for the wide man. Oh, that's a key interception. Plays a sharp little ball here. Shot a goal! Now, what about a counter-attack? Del Piero, he can run onto that, and he was quick to react. And now they can clear their lines. Into the last quarter of an hour. Pele knocks it into space. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Now it's Zico. Davids. Passing is crisp and he's having a hit!
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
And it's Davids. Now this could be it. And Del Piero! I'll be a bit disappointed with that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he tried one of his specials.
Substitution for Argentina. Number 4.
We have got
18,
changes here from both sides, in fact.
Number 17. Mateus. Number 19. Franz Beckenbauer. Coming
Milan
on the field,
close now to
number
seeing this
9,
one through to the end.
Mbappe. Number 7.
Looking to play him in. Chiellini cuts it out. And that is it. The referee has seen enough. Milan have held on. They have doggedly, sometimes frantically, preserved the tightest of leads.